I'm John Ramy, play-by-play voice, Nevada Wolfpack.
And I'm Kim Anastassatos, and I'm the special events girl for the University of Nevada Athletic Department and the head cheer coach.
And this is Coaches and Cars Talking Sports. Whoa! Who's that?
Alfie, what up?
Wow.
There he is.
So, there's a wolf in my rearview mirror.
Yeah, there's a wolf.
Now, that's Alfie?
Yep, that's Alfie.
Alfie is part of an armada of wolves, a wolf pack, if you will.
He is. He's part of a pack.
Yeah. How many are there?
There's 3.
3.
We're the only university in the nation that has 3.
3.
3 different.
Alfie?
Yes.
Wolfie Jr.?
Yes.
Luna?
Exactly.
Do we know the story behind the names?
Yeah, so they're all siblings. So in the 80s, 90s, 70s, 60s, like all the way along there.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, and there was Wolfie, and he was a top hat wolf, and he had big scary teeth, and we like bring him out at homecoming. They retired him in the early 2000s, and they brought back Alfie. And Alfie is the newer version of the current Alfie. And so then when I came in 2007, we wanted to do a brother. We wanted to have 2.
Okay.
So we did a big naming campaign, and I wanted to name him Sport. But they did a big campaign, and everybody voted on Wolfie. But we'd already had a Wolfie before.
Right.
So we named him Wolfie Jr. instead. So then he was really like the son of the original Wolfie. So then fast forward a couple years, and Twilight came out, and I loved Twilight.
Sure.
Twilight was the best. And I learned in Twilight, in order to be a true pack, you need to have a female.
Oh.
So then I started pushing, I wanted a female. So the students all voted, and there were all kinds of different names. I got outvoted again. I wanted Spirit.
Spirit.
Yep, I thought that'd be so cute because like Cheer, Spirit, it'd just be cute. And so instead we named, they voted and they named her Luna.
Luna.
So now we have 3.
Well, that makes some sense though. Wolves ostensibly howl at the moon.
Yes, right. Yeah. Like howl at the moon.
Yeah.
And it's so good because it's fun. At first, it took a little bit of getting used to. We had a Luna that was actually created, and we had to actually redo her because she didn't really look like her siblings. So we redid her, and now she's great, and little girls love her. She's just as requested as Alfie and Wolfie are. So, yeah.
So one thing about me, I always get really nervous watching the stunts because I sit at basketball games. I sit close, really, on the floor, and I've done this for my career for several years. And I'm always nervous watching the stunts. Oh no, you shouldn't be nervous. We do all kinds of like safety training, and they're super good about spotting, and obviously. I don't like to go up on ladders, so when I see people flying around and stuff,
I know those girls are amazing. They're amazing, and it's truly about technique. Everybody thinks it's about like brute strength, but it's really about technique, and your girl has to be just as good on the top as your guy is on the bottom. So it's amazing. It's amazing what you can do with the human body.
What's the craziest stunt you ever executed, personally?
I never stunted. You didn't stunt? Nope, I was a dancer. I was a pom girl. So when I started,
stunt you guys coach?
You know what? I'd say there's all hand-to-hand stunts. Pyramids, obviously, because there gets to be so many different elements and so many different people, and so then you're depending on each other to, everybody has to execute at the same time. Baskets are obviously amazing when they toss the girls up in the air.
That's the one that freaks me out.
Yeah, so that's super fun. So we love to have baskets, and so there's all kinds. There's so many different ones, and we usually, Nevada doesn't have a big guy cheer population really. There's not an abundance of guys that cheer in high school, so we have a lot of guys that just come, and then we teach them to stunt. So they really don't even have any background in cheer. We just we teach them what to do.
I've often thought in my next life I would like to come back as a male spirit squad.
Yeah, well, you would think.
I think that would be because I'm a natural performer.
Okay.
And I like that.
Okay, there you go. Yep, you can lead the crowd.
I don't think that. In my current iteration, I don't think I'm a good enough dancer.
Well, and you don't have to have dance skill.
Really?
But no, you don't have to have dance skill.
So can I try out? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you can try out.
So is cheerleading a sport?
You know what? Cheerleading definitely takes athleticism, and you have to be talented in so many different things to be a really good cheerleader. But as far as a sport, cheerleading is not black or white. There's never a winner.
Sure.
And so there's always a gray, because it's an opinion, right? So you go to competitions, and it's whether, it's how you look, it's what your uniform, there's all kinds of things. There's so many things that play into it. And so I do not think of cheerleading as a sport. Cheerleading is an amazing athletic activity, and you have to be so talented, you have to be versatilely talented in so many things that I think more so than some sports even have to be. Does that make sense? Like better athletes in some sports even need to be able to compete in their area.
Sure.
But as far as a sport, it is not black and white, and so I don't think it can be deemed a sport. And if it was a sport, we couldn't do everything that we do, because there's so many guidelines for the NCAA, and there's so many rules that could go along with everything. We wouldn't be able to do all the amazing things that we get to do because we'd be governed too much.
Alfie, do you prefer football or basketball games? Basketball? Why?
He loves it.
Yeah?
See, he's a special type of language.
Are you a little more fluent in mascot gesticulation than I am? Really?
And you know what? I truly believe that they learn to tune out my voice.
Really?
So, yes, because I'll be like, Alfie, Alfie, and they can completely ignore me. Completely ignore me when it's time for me to talk to them. And so I need something where I can zap them when I want them. So I think that they learn to tune me out. And
interesting.
They tend to...
Alfie, what's your hardest class this semester? Was that physiology? Okay, yeah.
Physiology.
That one's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. There's Alfie. Do you think we're gonna beat UNLV? Most definitely. Yeah. He's good. He's good. He knows. He knows the Reb the Rebel. And here's a fun fact for you. One of our mascots used to be Hey Reb. He used to be the Rebel.
What?
Yes.
So there's a defection?
There's a defection here to the University of Nevada, and it is fantastic. He's a fantastic mascot.
Wait. So there's somebody who wears the mascot
That used to be Hey Reb.
Serious?
Yeah. So he is converted. He retired his red, and now he wears blue.